All right, we got more shades on. You know, my eye did go down though, so I might stick with the shades look. I told you I'm gonna get the Ray-Ban Metas, so I'm gonna get them joints. Y'all gonna see me with them on it at some point, probably sooner than later. But yeah, man. Yeah, Brian Norman. You know, he says that he still want to target Jaron Boots Ennis. Um, you know, he said last thing, you know, the only thing that got in his way was the money. So they hiding behind the fact that it's about the money. You know, they wanted a boxing voice, talked about it. I mean, most people said in your last fight you fought for 200 grand. Um, and it's a risk reward type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, if I'm gonna drive from Charlotte to Raleigh, you know, a load to Charlotte to Raleigh, they might give me, let's just say, 2 bands, right? Whatever the load is. Let's just say give me 2 bands. I'm throwing something there. But if they want me to drive from Charlotte to Ohio, that's probably 5 grand. Kind of see what I'm saying? Like, come on, it's a risk to reward thing. So people act like they don't understand that. I got to go to your backyard. Your main promoter is the promoter. Your promoter is the main promoter. Financially, you know, at the end of the day, we ain't never worked with y'all before. My promotional company still gonna get a cut even though they're not promoting it. So it's a lot that go into that. You know, it's a lot that go into that. So, but check out the Boxing News playlist, welterweight boxing talk playlist. Now, also a factor that go into it? Is it that, you know, Boots saying he having trouble making a weight? And I only think Boots started talking about making a weight issue, I think for 2 reasons. He don't want to fight T.O. because he not on the matchmaking script. You know, you see some quarterbacks, you know, they good when everything is off script, but when the play break down, you know, they can't improvise. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of fighters is. When they start getting fighters off script, you know, that's off the matchmaking script, they break down because they've been match made to be pussies. It's the equivalent of you running in the house scared as an ass whooping. Your parents, you know, your father gonna be like, you gotta go out there. I remember I was on the school bus, so I switched from like private school to this performance art school, whatever, right? So the school bus system, real quick, they were like, we was integrated with other schools, like I guess within the whatever the fuck it was called, right? So I was having a problem. Like I just didn't take no shit. I knew my mentality at the time was like, I knew I was going into a different system. It wasn't a DPS system. I probably would have felt more comfortable in Detroit Public School because all my homies went there. Like, but I already knew what it was, right? I just wasn't taking no shit. So there's one dude, I forget, he said something. I punched that motherfucker in his mouth. I swore for God and 2 white men. I punched him right in his fucking mouth. He rubbed his mouth and ain't say nothing. So we get off the bus. These Schoolcraft niggas, so they surrounded me. We all anybody know where Detroit Roller Rink is? Detroit, the one on Schoolcraft and like Memorial right there. Y'all know that's church, that shit right there. So we got off the bus. They like, what's good? I'm like, what up? Like, I just didn't back away from no fade. Like, I was young and ignorant. I was like, what up, dude? Like, so it was like 5 of them. They surrounded me. So I'm like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, right? Like, you know, I ain't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? If y'all need 5 to fuck with me, just know when we come back to school on Monday, I'm gonna pick y'all each one. I'm gonna pick each one of y'all one by one. That's my mentality. I'm gonna get y'all one by one. So they ain't do shit. So my mom rarely come get me. At this time, my mom rarely come get me. My grandma always come get me. So my mom was like, I forgot what I did. I probably did some shit. Like, that's why I'm about to whoop your ass. And I'm like, shit, it was gonna be what it's gonna be. I ain't really never been. I kind of like pain. I'm kind of one of them motherfuckers that like pain. That's just my mentality. I like some pain. So, but just saying that to saying all of that, like I said before, like, you know, it's really a mentality. It's really a mentality that you gotta have. Whoever's standing in front of me, they gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But I knew when I was going into that, I knew what it was. Like they had to go, and a lot of these fighters don't have that mentality, bro. Like they want to be babysat. You know, sometimes you got to get off the porch. At some point, you got to get off the porch, and that's just my mentality. Like at the time, like man, I was fighting every day. That's how I learned to fight. There was some points when I would lose fights, you know, growing up. But at some point, I fought so much that, like, that I get it. And it's sometimes when you become wise enough at some point where you had to walk away. Like, no, I had to walk away. But that was my mentality at the time. You feel what I'm saying? Like, these fighters don't have that mentality where they want to walk through it. Like, I was with my respect at the time was so like at the time I understood it because I was making that transition. But real talk, my respect was so important. And now, like I said, I always say this shit. I get what T.I. meant when he said I'd die for my respect. When I was like, damn, but I get it as a man. Really, all you got, your balls, your word, and your respect. You know what I'm saying? That's all you really got, bro. And once your word is your word. Your word is bond. Like, that's up to you. You know, you got your balls, so you gonna strap your nuts on. What I swear Bezos say? He said, my heart big, but my nuts bigger. And then at the end of the day, your respect. And once the respect, like, you ask me which one of those is most important, really your respect. Really, it's your respect. And in my opinion, Boo's lost a lot of respect. It ain't that I'm not a fan or I dislike him or I don't fuck with Philly. I fuck with Jamil. I fuck with Greg. I like what Greg be saying. Do I always agree with them niggas? No. I don't like Marty Farty. I don't like that nigga. I already know me and him. Like I said, I ain't got a problem. I talk to the man daddy. But I gotta keep it a bean. When they going off script, bro, they don't want no problems, bro. They don't want them problems. And that's a sign of a good fighter. Hey, give them to me. Give them to me. Whoever you put in front of me, I'm gonna knock them. Keith Thurman used to have that mentality. Earl used to have, but that money started to change. When you start having kids and money and family, you start accumulating assets. The risks that you was taking when you was younger, you can't take them risks no more. But to Norman, he said, I want to continue to have that role warrior mentality. Going over to Japan, he said he weighed his options. It was the best option. He said the man wasn't disrespectful. I'd rather a motherfucker be disrespectful and call me out. I don't want that respectful shit. Go ahead and cross the line. Because all that's going to do is turn a nigga up. I'd rather you just go all the way in and be disrespectful. I know I got my cool Mo D glasses on. I bought these at the Easter market and shit. Shout out to Home Dog. They gave them to me 3 for $25. Bought my girl a pair, bought me 2 pair. I'm going to take Miles down there and Potty down there next week. Potty like going. They be feeding Potty and shit. It was a doodle show. Anybody that had a dog at the Easter market on Sunday had a doodle. I know y'all don't remember Potty the Labradoodle. But yeah, like I said before, that role word mentality, that build character. Yeah, you might get robbed. You know, Marvin Hagler got robbed a bunch of times. Wookie White was on the road and got fucked over a bunch of times. But guess what? It made them niggas, man. Whatever Puff tell Biggie on Biggie movie, Notorious, he said, well, don't break a nigga, make a nigga. And that's for real. So him having that role mentality, bro, and then he go on the road and fight Ennis. And do I think a part of it is Ennis is lacking in do I think it's a part where Ennis is lacking in and they might think he might be a little dry at the weight? Hell yeah. Why not fight the nigga? But I think Ennis is saying that for the weight cut because he don't want to fight T.O. And people say, oh, he cut this out. Then you got the Bulls fans in the comments, cut this out. And like, no, you get more money than you ever made. So unless you telling me you going up to fight for a title, or you fighting for a title elsewhere, why not pick up the bag? You get more money. Now, if he tell me on the low, like, I don't really fuck with that Turkey Ala Sheik shit, that's different. Now, if that's the case, all money ain't good money as far as Turkey. Hey, look here, I ain't even arguing with you, homeboy. If that's your case, I take everything back I said about T.O. I get it. I get it. But honestly, You should do that. I mean, if you with turkey, and maybe you don't fuck with turkey. If you don't fuck with turkey, I get it. I'll take back what I said. But if that ain't the point, like I said before, get your bread. Fight them in August, and guess what? The way we think you're going to clip them, you come back in November, December, and get a title fight with Norman. Fuck it, get active. Don't say, well, I'm tired. Nah, man. Get active, bro. Stay active. You notice Canelo was rumors about Canelo knee? It ain't just about Canelo picking up the bag. Canelo know, as older I get, I got to stay in motion. What did Roger Mayweather told Floyd? He said, hey, it takes 6 months to build a pay-per-view. And his uncle like, look here, nigga. I've been there, done that. You got to keep fighting. You're not fighting often enough. That's why they tell older people, hey, move. Everything is about the flow of your blood. When your blood flow starts slowing down, you start seeing people, with anemia. As they get older, that wasn't diagnosed with it. You know what I'm saying? You start seeing motherfuckers' legs and ankles get swollen. That's the lack of blood flow. So when you eating fatty shit and red meat, that's fine. I don't fuck with the swine. I don't fuck with the red meat. But if you're going to do it, guess what? Your metabolism got to stay high. You got to stay keeping it high where your body is burning that shit down. If you want to eat bad shit, and that means you got to work harder so your body can break it down and stay healthy. Now, it get real scary for you in a good way once you eat right for the most part, and then you burning it. Like your body, that's how you do it. Just keep going. Keep going. Don't take them, I'm in a week. I take 2 weeks. No, keep going. If you say, hey, I'm going to do 4 days a week, you got to do your 4. I'm going to do 5 days a week, you got to commit to your 5. You got to commit to your commitment. Especially in the beginning, don't say, well, I'm going to supplement at home. No, bring your bitch ass to wherever you work out at. It's an outdoor gym, indoor gym, the gym at your apartment complex. It's very important that first year, you consistent. Very important. That's all I had to say. Peace. Well, hit the link tree. Y'all know where to follow me everywhere. Peace.